Pocket English Podcast
from your pocket.
Welcome to Pocket English, where we learn real-life English for real-life moments.
Today, we are going to build a cafe simulator to solve one of the most stressful moments you can face in a second language.
Picture this. You are at a busy coffee shop. You finally order in English, but the barista turns around and hands you a hot black tea instead of your iced latte. There is a line behind you, your heart beats fast. Do you just drink it to avoid speaking up?
I used to do this all the time. When I was living in Madrid, I once paid for a massive, expensive loaf of bread I did not want just because I was terrified of sounding awkward and telling the baker he gave me the wrong item.
By the end of this episode, you will have 3 polite, stress-free phrases to fix a wrong order, and we will practice them out loud together in our simulator.
Let us start by listening to a quick conversation. Imagine I am the busy barista and Emma, you are the customer. We will speak at a natural, comfortable speed. Listen closely to how the problem is solved.
Sounds good. Let us start the scene.
Here is your large, hot black tea, miss. Have a great day.
Oh, excuse me. I think there might be a mix-up.
Oh, I'm sorry. What is the problem?
I actually ordered an iced latte. Could I get that swapped, please?
Let me check the receipt. You were completely right. I'm so sorry about that. I will make your iced latte right now.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Here is your iced latte. And you can keep the tea as well. It's on the house. Sorry for the wait.
That's so kind of you. Have a good one.
That went pretty well. The situation was fixed quickly and nobody got angry. But if you are a language learner, getting to that smooth result feels like climbing a mountain.
Exactly. When you're standing at the counter, your mind often goes completely blank. You know you ordered iced coffee, but you're holding hot tea. Your brain tells you that if you say something, you'll sound like a demanding, angry customer. So you just smile, take the tea, and leave.
But you do not have to do that. The reason that conversation sounded so friendly is because of the specific words the customer used. We are going to break those words down right now, step by step, so you can use them yourself.
The very first thing you need to do is stop the barista before they walk away. But how do you do it politely? In our story, I did not say, "Hey, you made a mistake." What did I say instead?
You said, "Excuse me, I think there might be a mix-up."
Yes. Let's look at that phrase, a mix-up. What exactly is a mix-up, Jack?
A mix-up is a very friendly, casual noun. It means a confusion or a mistake, but without blaming anyone. When you say someone made a mistake, it feels like an attack. You're pointing a finger at them. But when you say there's a mix-up, it sounds like an accident that just happened on its own.
That's a great way to explain it. It removes the blame. Notice how I started the sentence too? I said, "Excuse me, I think there might be a mix-up." I did not say there is a mix-up.
Right. Adding the words "I think" and "might be" softens the sentence. It makes you sound helpful rather than aggressive. It's a fantastic tool for any situation where a service worker gets something wrong.
You can use this everywhere. Imagine you're at a hotel and they give you the wrong room key. You can go to the front desk and say, "Excuse me, I think there might be a mix-up with my room." Or if a waiter brings you chicken instead of fish, "Excuse me, I think there might be a mix-up with my order."
It immediately makes the other person want to help you because you're being so polite. So step 1 is getting their attention with that phrase. But then you have to explain what you actually want.
This brings us to step 2, stating the facts. In the story, the barista asked what the problem was. I replied, "I actually ordered an iced latte."
This is where a lot of language learners make a tiny grammar mistake that changes the entire mood of the conversation. They try to explain the problem by focusing on the barista. They say, "You gave me the wrong drink," or "You made a tea."
And while that's factually true, saying "you gave me" sounds accusatory. The barista might feel defensive. Instead, we use the past simple tense to focus on our own action. We say, "I ordered," or "I asked for."
Exactly. I ordered an iced latte. It's a simple fact in the past tense. It doesn't blame the barista, it just states what happened. The word actually is doing a lot of work here.
Yes, saying I actually ordered is a very native-sounding way to correct someone gently. It softens the correction. Another common trap I see learners fall into is using the present simple to demand things. They'll say, I want an iced latte. Give me an iced latte.
In many languages, translating I want directly is perfectly polite, but in English, saying I want sounds like a child demanding a toy. It lacks that conversational softness.
This is why we use the past simple to state the fact. I ordered an iced latte, and then we use a polite conditional for the request. I asked, could I get that swapped, please?
Swapped, that is an excellent vocabulary word. To swap something means to exchange one thing for another. You are giving them the tea and they are giving you the coffee.
Notice the grammar again. We use a conditional here. Could I get that swapped? We do not use the present tense. I want to swap this. Using could I get makes it a request, not an order.
It is also worth looking at the pronunciation of swapped. Even though it ends in an ed, we pronounce it with a T sound at the end. Swapped. Let us practice that quickly. Swapped.
Could I get that swapped, please? It's short, it's natural, and it's very polite. You're asking them to arrange an exchange for you.
Before we move on to our next phrase, if you're enjoying this step-by-step simulator approach to learning English, make sure to hit the subscribe button so you never miss a new episode. We love having you in our Pocket English community.
Now, back to our cafe story. The barista realizes the mistake, apologizes, and then makes a special offer. Did you catch what the barista said when he handed over the new drink?
He said you can keep the tea as well. It's on the house.
On the house. This is an idiom that you will hear all the time in restaurants, bars, and cafes. If something is on the house, it means it's completely free. The business is paying for it to apologize for the mistake or to reward a good customer.
Exactly. So if a waiter ever comes to your table and says, dessert is on the house tonight, do not take out your wallet. It means you don't have to pay for it.
So now we have our full sequence. Step 1, politely get their attention by saying, excuse me, I think there might be a mix-up. Step 2, state your original order with past simple. I actually ordered an iced latte. Step 3, ask for the fix. Could I get that swapped, please?
Knowing these phrases is wonderful, but if you do not practice saying them out loud, your mind will still go blank when you are standing in a real cafe. You need muscle memory. So it is time for our pocket practice simulator.
This is the most important part of the episode. We're going to role-play the cafe scene. Jack will play the rushed barista. I will guide you. I want you, the listener, to speak out loud and respond to Jack.
Do not just think the words in your head. Actually move your mouth and speak. If you are walking outside or sitting on a train right now, you can whisper, but you must say it. Are you ready?
Let us start with step 1. Jack is going to hand you a hot tea. You need to stop him by telling him there might be a mix-up. Listen to me and then repeat. Excuse me, I think there might be a mix-up.
Your turn. Let us try that one more time. Excuse me, I think there might be a mix-up.
Great job. Now for step 2. You need to tell the barista what you ordered. Use the past simple. Say, I actually ordered an iced latte.
Let's hear you say it. Perfect. Now for the final step. You need to ask them to exchange the drink. Remember the T sound at the end of the word. Say, could I get that swapped, please?
Try it now.
Excellent. Now we're going to put it all together in a real-time conversation. Emma will not help you this time. Listen to me, and when I stop speaking, reply with the phrases we just practiced. Let's begin the simulation.
Here we go.
Hello there. Here is your large hot black tea. Have a great day.
Now tell him there's a mix-up.
Oh, I'm so sorry. What is the problem?
Tell him what you ordered and ask to swap it.
Oh, you're completely right. I'm so sorry about that. I will make your iced latte right now. Here you go, and you can keep the tea. It's on the house.
Say thank you.
You did it. You successfully corrected a wrong order without feeling awkward, without blaming anyone, and without drinking a hot tea you didn't want.
Since you did so well with the cafe simulator, let's try one more scenario to prove you can use these tools anywhere. This time, you're at a restaurant. You ordered a salad, but the waiter brings you a bowl of soup. Let's see if you can adapt the phrases.
I'm the waiter. I'm walking up to your table right now. Here is your hot tomato soup. Enjoy.
Stop him. Tell him there's a mix-up.
Oh, I apologize. Is this not what you ordered?
Tell him you actually ordered a salad and asked to swap it.
Oh, my mistake entirely. Let me take this soup back to the kitchen and get your salad right away.
Fantastic! You took the exact same grammatical structure, the exact same vocabulary, and applied it to a brand new situation.
You should feel incredibly proud of yourself. Speaking up in a second language is terrifying. You feel like your language skills are a burden to the native speaker, so you try to take up as little space as possible. You accept mistakes just to end the interaction quickly.
But having these specific, polite phrases in your pocket acts like a safety net. You do not have to invent the English on the spot. You just pull out the script. It is about proving to yourself that you have a voice in your second language. You are a paying customer, and you have the right to get what you ordered.
And that brings us to the end of today's lesson. You did an amazing job practicing with us.
Now, we have a quick challenge for you. What is your favorite drink to order at a cafe? Try to write your order in English using the past simple in the comments below. Tell us, I usually order a...
Next time you go to a cafe, try ordering in English, even if it is just a simple black coffee. And remember, if a mix-up happens, you now have the exact words to handle it confidently.
Thank you so much for practicing with Pocket English today. Keep speaking, keep trying, and we will see you in the next episode.